Hi everybody, this is Bonnie and I am back with number 3 of the 4 seasons that card or class that I'm doing, and this is the fall one, and I'm doing them to show you how to do them in a frame, but I have another class that is doing them in a card. And for this one, you need to cut your cardstock at 5.5, and you need to score it at 4.25 and fold it this way on your card so that it'll be landscape mode. And so the stamp sets that I used for this, I used 3 sets. I used the Sheltering Tree, and then this is a returning one. It was one from last year's catalog. And I'm using this little deer, and it's White Christmas. And then I'm using the Sprinkles of Life, and I'm using this little amount of leaves that are right down here. So let's get started on what I did for this card. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to take some soft suede and you want to ink up the sky. And we also want to ink up the grass. Let's close these up. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our trees. And for this, we're using the Early Espresso. I'm going to stamp one right in the center. And then I'm going to stamp one off to the side a little bit. And then I'm going to stamp this one off to the side also. Take soft suede. I don't have it out here. Here we go. We're going to take soft suede first, and we're going to take the deer, and we're going to stamp him right down here. Just like that. Don't worry that he's green because we're going to color him brown, so you're not going to see it. Now we're going to take the old olive, and we're going to add some green, like grass mounds, under our trees. Okay, and now to cover this, because I want a mound there, but I don't want it over top of my deer, all I did was I took a piece of paper and I put it right to the end of his nose. And then I just stamped it on there, just like that. And if you want it a little more, just go back, do it like that. And you don't even know. And I think it looks really cute. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the leaves. So for the leaves, I used Pumpkin Pie, Real Red, and Daffodil Delight. Now for the pile of leaves in the bottom, it's going to be like a rock and roll technique. And if you've never done that, what it is you stamp the whole thing in your lightest color. So I'm going to be stamping this in Daffodil Delight. Then you go to your next lightest color, which would be Pumpkin Pie, and you kind of tip it. Then you go to your last color and you just tip the edges. So you just got, now you probably will get some ink on your, on the block, and I just like to wipe it off so that it doesn't smear onto my card if I should tip it or anything. And then you just apply it down like this. And every one that I do, they don't look the same. And so there we have it. And it looks just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our leaves on our actual tree. And for this, I need my scrap paper. I went ahead and I stamped in the yellow first. And I stamped all 3 of my trees. Now this last one, I stamped it twice. I wanted a little bit yellower in that last one. Now, I'm not going to wash my stamp set because I'm going into the next color, just like I did with the rock and roll. So it's okay that I'm not going to wash it. And I'm going to stamp this in the pumpkin pie. And then I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to stamp on the card. Now the one next to it, I'm not going to stamp off. I'm going to leave it just like it is. And the one on the end, I'm just going to stamp off a little and then stamp it on. And if it doesn't look, see, I think I should have left a little bit more on that one. So I'm going to re-stamp it. Yeah, I like that better. And this one could probably use just a touch more. There. So maybe if you didn't stamp off. Okay, so now for the red, I don't have to wash it because I'm going into my darker color. I didn't want the red to be too overly powering, so I am stamping, and then I'm stamping off. And then I'm going to stamp on. And then I'm going to do the same thing. And I like that. And when it dries, it's going to give you a whole different look. So, I mean, you just keep playing with the colors and don't worry, you know, if they're, if you think they're not looking right. When it dries, it looks even better. Then I'm going to take these little falling leaves stamp that comes with the trending tree, and I am just going to randomly stamp around the card some of the different colors. There, I think that looks good. Now I forgot to put my rake against my tree. I wasn't very mindful of that. So I'm going to put my rake against this tree. And I'm stamping him in soft suede. And then I'm just stamping it right in the corner and letting it lean up against the tree. So it's like it's resting, like they went to take a break. Now we're going to color in the deer. And I just used the brush on and I just colored him in. And if you want, you can take your sponge and you can sponge in a little bit where I would dip it back in the soft sky because it looks a little like light here to me. I think I need to re-ink my soft sky. And just a little bit. Don't do it too much. Or at least wait till the card dries a little bit, maybe more. It's kind of blending some of these reds. There. And that is how I made the insert for the cards. And see, they look totally different. This one has a little more orange and this one has a little more red. So it just depends on what you like and what you prefer. And thanks for stopping by, everybody. And if you need any Stampin' Up! Products, you can go to my blog at bonniescreativeplace.blogspot.com and click on the link there and make sure that you choose me for your demonstrator. And I hope you enjoyed the video and give me a thumbs up and leave some comments. And thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.